It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the Texans and the Titans on EA Sports.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Houston Texans. Brandon Godwin, my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Titans in this matchup. They think they can run the football in this one, but there's a group on the other sideline that thinks otherwise.
Yeah, it's always intriguing when you pit an offense against a defense that seems like they can cancel each other out. We've got a top 5 rushing offense against a top 5 defense. So a lot of times it comes down to execution and maybe a little bit of that, what coaches call want to.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback, the former #1 overall pick of the draft, Jared Goff.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Play action. It's Goff. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now Goff on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Throwing on third. Goff. Completes it to Lee. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So here are the Titans backed up to start this drive. They're led out by the NFL's MVP from 2019, now in his 4th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Completes it to Watt. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. Nicole Hardman, 79 yards. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. For Nicole Hardman, I mean, he was the only guy with 2 of the top 10 fastest runs in all of 2019, and he's showing that that was no fluke. He was moving there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Take it in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Goff now to throw. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Goff. And this one caught by Travis Kelsey. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though. And
he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. They run the option on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the gun, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Marquise Lee deep to return. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Goff. And that is it.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first two possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Houston. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the pistol, it's Gurley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 7 yards, the pickup there. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Jackson. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
We play to win.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Here's Goff. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Houston. So possession goes over here on the punt. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Now Jackson. And it's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
They go play action now. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused...
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Goff's throw here complete to Kelsey. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. To throw is Goff. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Throwing again is Goff. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. Goff on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Tank McKinley made his way into the backfield. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Goff now looking to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Jalen Ferguson. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff, a screen to Bell. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Goff. Completes it to Lee. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. This is caught. It's Woods. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Now it's Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Goff. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On first down, it's Goff. Caught here by Bell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Goff. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Again, Goff. That's complete. It's Bell. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a first down throw. Goff. This is Bell on the dump-off. Touchdown, Texans! Le'Veon Bell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to them a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And they were able to have some success throwing the football against the secondary. Look for that to continue as they try to break this deadlock. And meanwhile, for the Titans, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On second down, it's Gurley again. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he fends him off. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
On second and inches, Goff. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. First and 10, Taylor now. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On second and 9, Goff. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Back to throw, Goff. Caught right side, Tate. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Goff now looks to throw. He'll check it down to Bell. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Taylor, touchdown, Houston. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On second down, it's Gurley again. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. He stiff arms him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out yards. 63 yards on the ground for him so far. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball out of the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Mostert off the read option. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Prater's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Titans now just about ready to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. They'll get this out to Gurley. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the lead is down to 1 now, 14-13. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
From the 24, Goff. He finds Taylor, complete. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Oh, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Goff on first down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. On the handoff, Taylor running right through him. And he's taken down inside the 30. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Into the hands of Lee on the jet sweep. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And this carry now is productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw is Goff. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only 1 score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Play action. It's Jackson. Steps away and shedding through the tackle. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. The Jackson going to hold on to it again. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. They go play action now. Jackson completes it to Watt. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Titans on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. It was a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff for Gurley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another carry now for Gurley. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Jackson now. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Gone. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And Woods has it complete. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Here's Jackson. He's going to let it fly. Tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. It's T.J. Carey who picked it.
Can't do that.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The Lions move there, look like nobody open, now 2nd down. Jackson. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were thrown for a loss.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Texans, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.